desperate need of a get-back game. Hard loss to UNC, right? One of those losses that makes you look in the mirror a little bit, right? Things were going so well. You're undefeated in the ACC. If you win that game, you're atop the ACC standings, the last remaining undefeated. You probably let your minds wander a bit. You had. I mean, to be completely honest, at times you had UNC on the ropes, right? 2-point game at half, stayed with them for the early parts of the second half. You end up losing by 13. You start to ask, like, where did we go wrongs, right? And that's never a great question. Where did we go wrongs? It's an important question, but it's never a fun one to have. So you need a little bit of a get-back game. And luckily for you, Louisville is waiting there saying, did somebody order a get-back game? Go on the road to Louisville and get your mojo back. That's what needs to happen. Go on the road to Louisville, get your mojo back, get the smiles back on your face. And just for the record, yes, I know Louisville beat Miami in their last game, and I was wildly surprised when I saw that result. But please do not let one game distract you from the first 14 of their season. They stink. Miami got caught, right? They didn't show up ready to play. And Louisville had a solid game, and it happens occasionally. College basketball, right? You're depending on 19 to 23-year-olds. It happens. But getting your groove back is still something that NC State should go into this, right? In just about every ACC game that you play, the goal is singular. Tunnel vision. It's by itself. It's easy to comprehend. In just about every ACC men's basketball game, the goal is get the win by any means necessary. No style points, no side quests, no anything else. You walk away with a win, smile on your face. Outside of like a major injury or something that may tinge a win, you go get the win. Occasionally, rarely I would say even, once in a blue moon, there's a unique situation when you can have some other small goals because you do, even though no coach will ever admit it, no player will ever say it out loud because their coach would get mad, you do assume the win. Right? You say things like, if we do what we know we can do, we should have no problem with this one. In your brain to yourself. And then, okay, well, as long as we're doing what we should do, what else do we want to accomplish? What else can we get done? What else can we check off? How about this? NC State, go to Louisville, get Casey Morsell some easy ones. Draw up some plays for him. Some blobs and some slobs. Right? That's my favorite acronym in sports. Blob, baseline, out of bounds. Blob. That's an inbound from under the basket. Slob, sideline, out of bounds. That's inbounds from the sideline. Blobs and slobs, baby, all day. If you can get Casey Morsell some easy ones on some blobs and slobs, you do it. Now, normally, guess what the motivation is on a blob or a slob? I'm going to say that as many times as I can. It's call the play that you think is most likely to get an open jumper for somebody that's capable of knocking down the open jumper, or the layup for somebody that's capable of making the layup. You're not thinking of individuals other than, are they good or bad? I would go out of my way to make sure Casey Morsell is benefiting from those, if possible, because he's been on a little bit of a slow streak. Had some very low-scoring games, and even against UNC when he was in double figures, did not shoot a great percentage. So I'm looking at this as an opportunity, assuming you're taking care of business the way you should against a team like Louisville, to manufacture some looks for him. You know what else I'm doing? And this is not punishment, but it's got to be something they figure out better this year. I'm leaving DJ Burns out there for longer shifts. If you watch NC State, DJ Burns obviously starts the game. He's crowd favorite, one of their better, more effective players. I mean, he's a lot of times not making it to the first media timeout before he's coming out and getting a breather. I think I might, if you can afford to do it, right? And all of this goes into, like, if Louisville's knocking down shots early, you go back into ACC mode by any means necessary, win. But if you have the game in control and you're confident in your team's ability, I might tell DJ Burns, you're not coming out till 6 minutes in. Learn to be effective and tired. You know what I mean? because you're too important to the team. You need to be out there more than you are. I also want to experiment with this if I'm NC State. I want to experiment with Dennis Parker Jr. being the number one option. I'm not saying, turn the keys to the entire program over to him and say, I need you to score 22 a game. But give him a couple stretches where it's 2 or 3 minutes and you are running the offense through him. He's a talent. He's a big dude. He's got something to him. And listening to the broadcast, when you watch the games, the broadcasters seemingly every game are going, they weren't sure Dennis Parker Jr. was going to work his way into the rotation this year, being a young guy with so much talent. But, after the but, it's just pure praise. They weren't sure he was going to be in the rotation this year with all of the depth of talent and incoming transfers, but he's a 6'6" guy that can knock down open jumpers. He can run. He can come off screens. He can play down low a little bit. It's like, well, then let's see what he's like if you feature him a bit, right? In a normal game, I'm not sure I'm going let's see if the freshman can run the offense through him. But if you have it in control against a team like Louisville, pique your curiosity a bit. I want to see what that'd be like.
See how he handles it.
Just exactly. And if nothing else, it's a learning experience for him, right? That's the film that's going to be the most valuable for him. So that's what I'm saying when I say it's a get-back game. It's an opportunity to kind of, for my video game fans out there, knock off some side quests.
Yeah.
Right? Go hit a mini game or two off to the side. Get those done so because most of the time you're playing the game, you're just focused on the main mission, the big game, and all those sorts of things. For my non-video game fans, what's the equivalent of that? I don't know how that works for, if you're sitting there going, I don't play video games, what's a side quest? I don't know how to help you. I guess just the way I described it first, I guess, was mostly for you.